What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We here back with another honest God reaction here with why European call these things American. Now, I've seen a couple of videos with European houses, and one thing I can say, I haven't seen a huge, I guess what we would call a normal size fridge. They've been like smaller fridges, but we finna check this out. See why European call these things American. See what all these things are. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Send out those recommendations. Let's check it out.
American fridge, American bread, American bug attacking our country.
American bug.
Why do we call these things American when for American they don't need that adjective? Well, let us explain. Hi there, I'm an honest guide here in Czech Republic in Europe, and this is my favorite series we have on our channel, which is cultural differences. And why do we sometimes use the adjective American to things that are not necessarily American? Let me give you a first example, and that would be a fridge. This fridge right here, even though it was made in Korea, is actually American. Or if I want to go buy it, if I go online, I will go into the section or into the aisle that says American.
They have American.
Now, you in US would refer to it as the side-by-side. We call it American, mainly because it's big and because it has the side-by-side door.
And I have one of these fridges. I have this one, and it's crazy because I've seen people, and you can go to these stores. Like I think what was he on Sears? You have Lowe's, Home Depot. They have fridge even bigger. Like we have big fridges. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like we have enough to store for a whole winter or something. Like you can store up some food for a couple of months type of thing. I don't know when it will expire, but you can store up a lot.
So this we refer to as the American fridge.
American.
One half of it is fridge, the other half is a freezer. But here's the funny part. This we still refer to as the American fridge. It's in the American fridges aisle. But the top part is only a fridge. The bottom is
huge.
Freezer. So in US, they actually refer to this as the
that is huge
fridge.
Those things are
French
huge.
doors are now the most popular style of refrigerator, so that demand
That is
also
true.
brings up the price a little bit.
Samsung, Korean. Samsung, Korean. So much for America, huh? Now let's stay with these box-shaped objects that we refer to as American, but let's move from the fridge to a coffin. Yes,
not a
if
coffin.
somebody dies here and you want to get them a coffin, you can go to the funeral home and say, I want an American coffin.
What?
Now the difference is,
Do they not bury people
the
there?
regular coffin would be cheap and made out of cheap plywood, but the American is like
yeah.
solid, big, and has that opening where
I think I've been to a funeral. Somebody had like a real red one, like it was like a candy red type one. I seen people with a pink one. I seen somebody with like they had the person that passed away face on there. Like they were really like bedazzling these things up. I'm telling you, it's crazy, and these things are expensive. Like I'm sure when it comes to funeral home businesses, they probably rank in the top 5 businesses. Cause it's no brainer. People gonna die, but these coffins and stuff, what it takes to bury people here in the States is ridiculous. It's almost like 20-30K just to bury somebody.
That person. Now in US, you'd refer to that as a casket. I actually didn't know the difference between a coffin and a casket. I thought they're synonyms, but the difference is that this is what a coffin looks like, and this is what a casket looks
Definitely
like.
do caskets here.
We, to your casket, would refer as the American coffin. Now, the only reason I can think of to get an American casket here is if you want to have a funeral with the open casket, which I've actually never attended, never heard of, or never been to in our country. So I guess that's mainly an American thing. That's why, therefore, you
cause we definitely do that open casket. It's almost, I wouldn't say it's a weird thing, but it's like you get to see them one last time type of thing. But then again, they just don't look the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough thing, how that's another subject, but how funerals work down here is different. It is different.
Since we're already in the horizontal position, let's move from a coffin to a bed. More specifically, the American bed.
No, I like my king size.
Like an American movie, Now, I'm actually quoting IKEA, the Swedish seller of furniture, and they sell American beds here. I mean, they sell regular beds as well, but what is an American bed? Well, it's a bed with the box spring base.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I didn't really know what the differences are, but there's a platform bed and a box spring bed. So the box spring bed we refer to as the American bed. In general, we're usually talking about something that's larger and quite a bit higher.
Yeah.
Now, this is a regular.
And my granny used to have like a box spring bed with 2 mattresses on. She had the box spring and 2 like it used to be like you used to have to jump in her bed. That's how crazy it was. You used to jump in the bed. But I mean, I have the little springs down. I don't have the box spring.
But there's a platform.
See, I have more of a platform type. I don't have like the box spring. Cause the box spring, it's almost the same price as the mattress, just about here in the States. It's crazy. Everything's expensive.
Bit higher. Now this is a regular potato, and this is American potatoes. Now what?
Instant potatoes.
It's actually a spice to use for potatoes to make them American. But before these turn into American potatoes, you also have to slice them and put them in the oven because we're making potato wedges. That's what you would call them in US.
I love potato wedges.
We refer to them as American potatoes.
Really?
And you can even go to the store and get the spices for it that are called American.
They got American spices, as in this can taste American. That's interesting. That means that they probably packed with sugars and sodium into that because we love our sugar. There's a high chance.
One of the biggest cultural differences in a supermarket we noticed is that our aisle with cereal is tiny little. This is the only selection
Tiny
we have
little.
of cereal. I mean, on the other hand, we have automated robots that just kind of wander around.
Hey, we have those too.
This wasn't
Sometimes
tiny.
people are on it.
The aisle is actually much bigger, as the sign says, but all of this is just healthy stuff. Like, we don't have Fruit Loops or Lucky Charms.
Yeah, we have a lot of options.
Like, healthy cereal. Since we've already been to the supermarket to get the American potatoes, we also grabbed the American bread. Now, what
Packed
is
with
that?
sugars.
It's a regular sandwich bread that we usually refer to as the toast bread, but it has American flag all over it because it is much wider and larger.
Can't make it more American than putting the flag on the package.
But it has American flag all over it because it is much wider and larger in size than our toast bread. I mean,
What?
you can clearly see the difference, right? This one is also like fluffier. I prefer.
I ain't never knew that. I knew like people would say our bread had a lot of sugar. I did a video. It was just talking about all the sugars and pretty much all the ingredients packed into our bread. I didn't know it was this big in size. Wow. Like when I eat a sandwich like that, like I don't know this European brand right here, but that's a little piece of bread. Wow, I didn't even know it was. That's crazy. I didn't know our bread was that big.
This is the regular Czech one, but not regular Czech European bread. Our normal bread is much nicer.
Yeah.
So this is the American bread. We even have the flag on it and stuff. This is actually a Czech company that makes it. This specific one is made in Germany, and the company is owned by a Slovak guy who used to be our prime minister. Now, he didn't invent the packaging and the fact that it's an American bread. He actually copied it from an Austrian company, Oetz. That is a family Austrian company that first brought this to our market. Also, they sort of marketed it as an American sandwich bread. So this guy saw it and he copied it. And you Americans are now just like, what?
I'm not like, what? Because if you go to the bread aisle here in the States, I can go to Walmart right now and show y'all. It's like 20 different bread brands. 20. So it's like somebody just copying each of, like, it's so much bread you can get. So like with this, it's interesting. Like I'm still confused. I didn't even know our bread size was that big. I bet those things got a lot of sugar.
Baguette. No, that's the French people with the fridge. Now the next one is quite interesting, and it is the American Night.
American
Night. It is the name of a film, of a movie, a French film actually, but it is a term used when you turn day into night. And it was specifically used during photography or filming. First time it was used was in the film Wizard of Oz.
Not the Wizard
and
of
the
Oz.
reason they used these techniques back in the days is because they didn't have good cameras to film during evenings or low lights. So they had to film during the day, later turning it into night. Right now you're looking at me with 2 lights and some daylight, and Honza can put a filter in the final cut that will turn this day into night. Even if you go on Wikipedia, there's an article about it. In English, it's called day to night. In the other languages, it is called American night. Now, I actually thought that the term American night is used because it is fake, because it's pretending to be something that it's not. But that's not the case of American night. It is the case of the American smile. And I honestly don't know if you would say that as an American, that somebody has an American smile. Probably not.
What is American? What did that look like?
And it can mean 2 things. Either your smile is perfect, you have the perfect teeth, perfect smile that almost hurts. It's like cringing. And the other term that I would use it for is that your smile is fake. That I don't believe you're actually smiling, nor you care.
See, I'm a person, I smile a lot, I smile a lot. I wouldn't say my teeth are like perfect, but that's interesting. I wonder if, when I go to Europe, how people, you got an American smile. That would be interesting. I'm still trying, what does the American smile look? Is it a Donald Trump smile?
How I'm doing. If you still don't understand what the American smile is, let me show you a Czech film that is sort of a parody on the Police Academy, where a famous Czech actor explains it.
Look at that. Look at that dude. That's it right there, that guy right there. That's it. That might be it right there. How's it going, man? No.
Whoa, man,
that's hilarious.
America? That's awesome. Now,
that's
what
funny.
did my friend buy? I know. In our language, if he would call me and he'd say, man, I just bought America, he would be referring to a car. Either an old classic American car like an Oldsmobile or Pontiac or something like that, or simply a big, large car.
That's a nice one though.
There's
a
one
nice
more
Dodge.
thing that you can refer to as America and not use it as an adjective, but as a noun actually. But for that, we would have to go back in time to the communist era when we were behind the Iron Curtain, and probably go to see my dad at a university where he would say like, oh man, he has Americas. Can I have one?
He has Americas.
And obviously they were referring to cigarettes that were very special. If somebody got their hands on American brand cigarettes, it was something special, and they would not refer to them as whatever the brand was, but as Americas.
Gotcha.
American. Now, since we're already back in time, let's go take a look at another American thing. And I believe we have some historical footage.
These clouds are not bringing joy and happiness because they are from the west. With the help of the wind and the clouds, the American imperialists send the Colorado potato beetle onto our country.
Potato
the
beetle?
father and the son noticed something little on the ground. They leaned down to pick up something from
like
the
a
road.
ladybug.
That's it, the American bug.
That looked like the ladybug without like the spots.
Bug. Now, since I did not live during communism and during these horrible propaganda times when people were brainwashed that West is sending this evil creature to destroy our potatoes, I never associated the adjective American with this poor little beetle. But when I asked my parents or even older people, what do they associate American with, they said, oh yeah, during the propaganda times, they would always refer about the beetle as American.
Not the potato
That's where
beetle.
the term American bug comes from. Now, last but not least, and we have to talk about this topic, is the American
football.
What you call football is not football because you're not using your foot nor a ball to play it. You're actually...
That's true. It's crazy because the NFL, they start having games. I think they had a game in Germany or something. But I didn't know, like, I think it's different countries in Europe. They actually have American football leagues. Didn't know that. Did not know that. They have American football leagues. Might be something interesting to check out, to see how that works.
An egg-shaped object and
football.
you're playing with your hands. Therefore, it should be called hand egg or egg hand. You decide, but not
hand
football.
egg.
That's why we refer to your funny game as American football, and our football is what it is.
Or everybody else's
adjective
football.
American usually means good or better or something special. There's even a famous Czech movie where the actor is asking another actor, if I put two identical matchboxes in front of you and I would say that one is from America, the United States, which one would you pick? And he says, well, of course, the American, it has to be better.
Jak není něco z USA, tak se to pánu nelíbí.
And I'm curious to ask you Americans, and I know many of you are watching, do you have the same thing with Europe? If something is from Europe, do you consider it to be better quality, better taste?
I think
better
it depends on
something?
what, yeah.
Are there things that you refer to as European that we wouldn't understand why? I actually discussed this with my
That's a
American
good question.
cousin, and she said that there's butter that they refer to as European, or yogurts, or bread. So I'm curious if there's more things that we would be surprised that you refer to as European. I'm very much looking to
never
the
thought about
reactions in your comments to today's video. While you're down there, you can subscribe to our channel. We will bring you another cultural differences. We may talk about things that are hard to get in
Maple
this country,
syrup.
or things that are hard to get in some other countries. So let us know if you would
Oh,
like to
definitely
see
the
that.
States, but
Until
Kinder.
then, next Sunday, bye-bye.
That looked like
In the
what that Canadian
I
maple
usually
syrup.
teach a Czech word. This time I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to show you a cultural difference that may shock you when you come to Europe, and that is that you can't just grab a shopping cart.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
locked.
We have
how
all
do you
these.
get it out? Well, you need a coin. What if you don't have a coin? Well, then you need a European type key. And if you happen to have that rather than a coin, you can just put it in, pull it right out, and the shopping cart.
I need that for all these. I need to buy one of those.
It's a neat trick that I was teaching here on this spot in a show I was doing prior to The Honest Guide, which was called You're Poor, How to Get a Shopping Cart for Free. And we filmed that with Honza.
That's
So this
funny.
is the trick. And in Czech, this is nákupní vozík. But we would always say vozík.
Vozík.
American?
Nah, this was yeah, I never thought about that. What is something I could say that was European? You know, what is something that I don't feel like I have too many European objects in my house, but I have tried European snacks, candies, and all those different things. You know, very good, very delicious. So when it comes to food, definitely. But all in all, yeah, these obviously, if it's big, it's American. Just about it gotta be, you know, if it's something big, or you know, I guess outside the bug, if it's different, it gotta be American, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, I think what shocked me the most was the bread. Like I did not know, like, you know, you can get loaves of bread, you know, that you can slice yourself, you know, you can get that here, but the loaf of breads that are packaged, I didn't know ours were much bigger. I did not know that, but it's interesting to see. But like you said, most of these things, the American night, the American smile, you know, I smile all the time. I'm just a smiler, but potatoes, the coffin, the cat, funerals are a different thing here. Like, I kid you not. With funerals, you gotta pay to bury your loved one. And people be paying a good amount of money for caskets. I seen somebody, they had a horse and carriage, like, outgoing type of funeral. It's crazy. It's like some people really like celebrate the death of people, you know, because, you know, life is a beautiful thing. But if, you know, you had a good life and you went out with a bang, you know, that's to be celebrated too, to know that you celebrating a good life that just came to an end, you know. But y'all let me know, what are some other things that you would call American? You know, America's just different. America's just different. Things are twice, triple the size everywhere else, even, you know, clothes, you know. But good video, honest guide. Definitely can learn a lot from this channel. Just doing these videos, like you said. Even the cart, I didn't know there was a key that you can get for those carts, because we have Aldi's. And, you know, I don't carry change, so I can't go to Aldi's sometimes just because I don't have a quarter. I don't. But I enjoyed this. hope y'all enjoyed this as well. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hey, send me more video suggestions. Whether it's, I've been looking at different cities in different countries, so mainly in Europe. So y'all go check those out. Hit that subscribe button. Y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.